Right before we jump into this video, if you haven't signed up for the FroKnowsPhoto email list, just look for this orange box over on the website, put your name, email address in it, hit send it, and I will send you a free guide to capturing motion in low light situations. Jared Polin, FroKnowsPhoto.com here with a 5-minute portrait of the Canon SL3 with the kit 18 to 55 millimeter lens. Now we're here at Crushmore 2 Electric Boogaloo with Jeremy. Don't confuse him with Adam Levine. I still get it wrong every single time. He said it like 17 times. I still got it wrong. Levine. Jeremy Levine. So he's here, he's blowing some glass. I'm here to test out this camera. I do have some secret weapons in the bag just for a little later on in the shoot, but the idea here is to use the SL3 in the real world to get a 5-minute portrait using the kit, using basically one of the most basic cameras you can get from Canon to see if we can get some professional results. So let's just do this and follow me along as we make it happen. So what's interesting here with this camera, I didn't even realize the ISO goes all the way up to 25,600, which I'm going to attempt to not use at all. So to get my settings right, I'm probably gonna live at 3,200 because I don't wanna push it terribly too far, especially knowing that we go from 18 as an f4 and 55 becomes a 5.6, but there is image stabilization of some kind. So I'm just gonna see what I can do in single focus mode. I gotta figure out how to move the focusing points. I realize I have to hit that back button and then move the point and then lock it instead of focusing and recomposing. So right now I'm at 1/100th of a second at 4.5, 3,200. I should check it to see if it's good. I took a picture. A little bright because of the light, the flame that's on, but it looks pretty good. I just have to compensate for that. So to compensate for that, I'm gonna bump my shutter speed up just a little bit because I love how the light's hitting his face. Really nice glow. As always, guys, I'm here to get the tights, the wides, the mediums, and the details. Oh, and since he stepped away from the flame, I'm gonna drop, just hold that for a second, Jeremy. I'm gonna drop my shutter speed down a little bit. Woo! Because the fire definitely adds extra light to him. Step back and try to get a vertical here. You want to tell everybody what you're working on real fast, Jeremy?
Right now, I'm working on a Philadelphia 76ers themed bong because I love bongs and I love the Sixers.
No, where could people find it if they want to buy any of your stuff?
You can find me on Instagram at Germlion, Germlion. You can check out the project that I just finished up at 1000glasscranes.com.
So what I'm actually going to do is I'm going to drop my ISO a little more. The previews look super grainy to me, but I don't know if that's because it's a JPEG preview. I am double checking to make sure that we are in the RAW plus the Yep, I'm in the RAW plus the JPEG because I want to make sure that I can edit those RAW files later. So yeah, let's toy with this because I can get it. So I'm going to go to 1600 ISO. We have image stabilization. I'm at an 80th of a second right now, which actually I should be faster because of the fire. Plus, from this angle, all I got is his arm, so I'm not even going to shoot that. But there we go. Now the arm's out of the way. Lock focus. Boom. Boom again. You can really do some interesting things with an 18 to 55. It's not, of course, the greatest lens in the world, but the range 18 to 55 isn't bad at all.
It's pretty weird light to work with, I'm sure.
Yeah, well, I like the glow on the face. I like the different colors and everything. But the one thing that I don't get with a lens like this is any separation from the background, which is why I'm gonna have to break out some of the better glass that I put in the bag and try not to light it on fire. Yeah, see, the background doesn't blow out. So you don't get separation. It looks more like a snapshot, which is what's gonna happen when you shoot wide or at 5.6. So right now you're stretching it?
Yep, stretching it down. This is like line tubing that I had pulled the other day based on the stripe pattern on the Sixers uniforms.
Yep.
Break it down into smaller sections and make patterns with it.
I do have an idea that we're going to try with this camera because the Canon Connect app is so good that later on I think I want to put it back behind the bench over there and have it shoot straight out. We'll see if I can get some good results with that. I just don't want to touch a kiln and get my hair on fire. That wouldn't be good.
I used to have a really long beard.
Then you lit it on fire?
And then it went to here, and then to here, and then to here. Now I keep it short.
I really wish they had third stop increments for this, but they do not give us those options. You do hear me use the beep quite a bit. The beep is just to try to lock in the focus, make sure that it is locked in. I wish I had the 55 to 200 kit lens, but Canon didn't get it to me in time. So I'm gonna have to break out the 70 to 200 2.8. We're gonna put some real glass on the end of this camera to focus. Another thing I've seen here, guys, is that we have this whole row of, we'll call them pipettes. They're not really pipettes, they're glass things. And I'm gonna shoot through them. So I may end up over there with a 70 to 200 behind me, shooting through this glass, getting Jeremy working, because that, you know, and there's so many different details on the bench to remember to focus on. That's why I brought a macro lens as well. The nice glow on the face from the flame, but I can see it right through the camera that the background isn't blowing out. But the colors look good. I love the way that it looks on his face. When I break out a different lens, this is gonna look sweet. Ooh, this camera actually shoots pretty fast. Take a step back, get a vertical here. It's a little slower when you have to try and move these focusing points because I can't figure out how to activate them. So it just lets me move quickly. So I'm not taking this out here. Actually, I was gonna show you guys something, but he moved. See, that's cool. You got the flame in the background. But let me show you this. I was gonna take this picture, but I don't like it because his arm's in the way. It blocks his face. But when he brings his arm down like that, I can just go like that, and now you get the picture. Basically what happened right there is that his arm is up like this, which doesn't make for a good photo. The only reason I took it is to show you guys at home what wasn't going to be one. Then when that arm drops is when I have a more clear shot of his face, because just getting a shot of his arm blocking the face isn't gonna work out. Same thing right here, there we go. Definitely challenging when you can't move the focusing points where you want them. Ooh, that's cool right there. I do feel like a lot of what I'm getting right now with the 18 to 55 are snapshots. That's what you're gonna get when you just have the kit lens. You can be creative with it, you can get some interesting angles and shots, but generally speaking, right out of the box with a basic kit lens that goes to 5.6 isn't going to give you the professional looking results you really want, AKA blowing out the background. That's why I brought the other glass. Because his arm is up, I can use that to my advantage to use it as a natural frame to get Jeremy right here. So we got the flame, everything he's working on. Oh yeah, the nice light in the face. So yeah, now I'm moving in just a little bit. I'm waiting for that glow on the face and it looks awesome. Okay, all right. I think I've done enough damage with the basic kit lens. I really want to break out the 70 to 200 and go to town. I've got the 70 to 200, I've got the 14 to 24, a 50-1.2, a macro 100-2.8, and a circular 8mm fisheye from Sigma. So I want to run through those things because I have some ideas that I want to capture just to show you the difference between an 18 to 55 and the better pieces of glass. Are you looking to speed up your RAW editing or give yourself a great starting point? Well, we created 14 custom Lightroom presets that you can check out at FroKnowsPhoto.com/presets. Over there, you can see befores and afters, and if you decide that they're for you, go ahead and take advantage of the sale that's going on because they're 40% off. Now let's get back to the video. All right, so I've had enough of the kit lens, which is usually what people say after a couple of months of owning it. They usually think that, oh, their pictures stink because the camera's no good. No, it's the lens. So I have my secret weapon right here. This is the Canon 70-200 2.8 version 3. This is the IS3. I know it's gonna do perfectly fine on this body because the light isn't changing in here. I just have to tweak every once in a while based off of what's happening in Jeremy's face because of the flame. I love when it puts that orange flame into his face because it makes for a really nice glow in the image. So the difference now is that with the 70-200 2.8, we're gonna be at fixed 2.8. When I back up and shoot at 200 or further out, it's gonna help blow out this background, make it out of focus, unlike the 18-55, because that didn't let me do it. So Jeremy, I'm gonna tell Jeremy, I mean, he's blowing some glass right now. It's not a good time to talk to him, because if he inhales, woof, could be trouble. So what I'm gonna end up doing, Jeremy, I'm gonna switch to this bad boy right here. Okay. I'm probably gonna ask you to do some portraits at some point. Probably have you hold out that thing lit up at me, just so that I get that in focus and then you out of focus. But I'm gonna have all of this in the background, it should make for a cool environmental portrait.
Try to turn the torch or just leave it?
No, you can leave everything the way it is right there. Yeah, I'm just really just playing around and looking for the angles and pre-thinking about what we're gonna do. But now, 70-200 time. So now I gotta turn the camera on. See, now that I'm shooting at 2.8 instead of 5.6, I can probably drop, well, I was gonna say drop my ISO to 800, but we can get away with 1600 because I wanna speed up my shutter speed just a little bit. So let's change the aperture. We're going down to 2.8. Let's take a look and see. Oh, I almost used the ring like it was a Nikon. The zoom ring's on the inside, not on the outside here. Yes, there we go. Oh, this feels nice. Still working with that focusing point. Wow, wow, does that overexpose as soon as he gets that torch going. The light difference is like 2 stops. Boom. That's cool. Even then it's still overexposed. So I can just bump up my shutter speed even more. And one of the things is now that I don't have an electronic viewfinder, because this is a DSLR, I can't see my live exposure. I have to look at my meter, and that's what I'm seeing jumping when I'm taking a look at the images. See, I like shooting through all this other stuff. It should look good. Let me take a look. I mean, it looks tack sharp in focus right on his face. Image just on the back of the screen looks super solid. And using these foreground elements to draw me into the subject. Look, again, we're using an SL3. This is a basic, the cheapest the cheapest Canon DSLR you're gonna find right now for their newest version. You can do anything with any camera as long as you know what you're doing and the good glass doesn't hurt. Ooh, I don't know if I can do this. We'll see if I can make it work. Or I could just, oop, I did it again. I reached out for the zoom ring in the wrong spot. I'm actually focused in on the pipettes or whatever this glass stuff is here because I don't have a clean shot of Jeremy. But then I could just do this, there we go. Actually, what I'm gonna do is move focusing point into the middle, and I'm gonna go old school, focus and recompose instead of trying to move the point. Because I literally have to hit this button back here on the back of the camera to activate the points to then move them, because I haven't figured out how not to move them, or how to move them without having to hit a button. Don't forget the details, guys. I've got this tattoo right here. I think I caught that shot. I did. I'm really happy with it.
Fun fact about that tattoo.
Yeah.
I traded that pipe for a tattoo of that pipe.
Okay, that works, right?
Yeah.
Good trade?
Great trade.
Okay, so right now I'm focusing on more of the tight shots because we're kind of working in the same spot. The focus is throwing me off just a little bit. I have to get used to that. Man, I miss having an EVF because my exposures are, they look right and then they're not. based off of my meter. That should be better because now he's not in there. Yeah. Yep. But it would help if it was in focus, Jared. Let's switch to continuous focus here. I'm starting to get used to an EVF, and I'm hitting info buttons as if it's going to pop up in my viewfinder and I can make changes from there. And I can't. Ooh, not good to look at the white flame. I was right in on that white flame.
It's all right. It takes a couple years for it to do any sort of permanent damage.
Yeah. All right, what do I want to do? I want a faster shutter speed. All right, I got to go wide. So the one thing I'm noticing by looking back at the images is that I'm using a 70 to 200 and part of it out at 200 millimeters, which the rule of thumb is if you're at 200 millimeters, you want to have your shutter speed at 1/200th or higher. You don't really want to go slower, even though we have image stabilization built in to the lens. We don't have image stabilization built into the body, which would come in handy. So I'm going to actually go up to 3200 ISO to give myself more leeway with the shutter speed. Then I'm going to go wide angle, focus on details after the wide angle, and then get some portraits, and then wrap this up. All right, so let's go ISO up to 3200. Now I'm at 400. Here we go. See if that makes any bit of difference. See, the one thing I don't want to do is just do tight headshots without any substance in the image, because just doing a tight headshot doesn't show you that he's blowing glass or he's making something. It's just a tight headshot. So without any context, it doesn't work in my book. So I just want to make sure that the exposure is where it needs to be. Yeah, that orange in the face is great. And let's just make sure these are a little sharper this time. Yeah, much better at a higher shutter speed, so that definitely comes in handy there. All right, 14. Oh no, this is an 11 to 24. Monster glass. Get the workspace photo. Need to drop my shutter speed. Yeah, that gives you the back. Can you turn this just a little bit while you're working, or no? You can go, just split the difference, yeah. Let's see if I can move it down here. Whoa, boy. Fire. Find that angle. Ooh, there we go, right there. Oh, good. I'm actually not overexposed for once. That's the shot. Oh, we lost it.
Oh, my bad.
There you go. Yeah. I'm sure you can't hold it there too long. One more, and boom. There you go. Check my focus. Pretty okay. Focusing on the hands. So we got the hands in focus with Jeremy in the background. Not in focus.
Is that my new Tinder profile picture?
New Tinder profile picture, yep. Is that changing the temperature?
Yeah, changing the temperature, the flame chemistry, the size. It's one of the hardest things to like understand when you first start blowing glass is like
what different temperatures do?
Yeah, different temperatures, different flames, different mixes of oxygen versus propane. And all the colors kind of react differently to different gas mixtures. So you got to be really aware of that.
So you have a bunch of different gases going in here right now?
Oxygen and propane. But the levels, like if it's more oxygen, more propane, that kind of stuff.
I'm trying to figure out if it's me missing focus or if it's this camera not giving me what I want. I'm just gonna have to move the focusing point back to the middle and go from there, because it's definitely not giving me what I want. I am fighting the autofocus pretty heavily on this camera. There's no reason I should be missing, and it feels like I'm missing and I shouldn't be. My shutter speed's fast enough, I'm stable enough, I'm shooting wide. This stuff should be tack. I mean, I'll have to check in the computer, of course, in the RAW file. Maybe it's just a preview that isn't looking as good on the back, but it's just looking mighty soft in certain spots where it shouldn't. We're still gonna get good stuff. We just have to work a little harder to get that good stuff. Let me jump in here real quick and say, if you're looking to build your own website, use what I use, Squarespace. To get a 14-day free trial, head on over to squarespace.com/FroKnowsPhoto. If you decide it's for you, use the code FroKnowsPhoto at checkout to get 10% off your first order. Now I want to switch on over to, let's say, a 50 and start doing some portraity McPortraitson things with that bad boy. Now it's the old school 50. The 50-1.2. I wish I could have had the 50-1.2 RF, but this is not an RF camera. This is just a regular old SL3. Oh boy, if I couldn't do focus well at f4, how do you think I'm going to do focus at 1.2? I'm going to go to 1.8 because I don't think that we'll be able to nail it with this without having IAF or any of that good stuff. So 75, so it's almost like a 75-ish, a little more than that millimeter lens. Focus point, we're gonna go right in the middle. When you're done doing what you're doing, can I try and get some portraity stuff?
Yeah. Honestly, this glass is a little too dirty, so I'm gonna go grab some clean glass. But what do you want me to do?
Well, I kind of like you there with the flame. Let me vertical, see what this is gonna look like. I'm actually gonna come right over to here. So you can turn that back to the way it was originally, I think.
Like that?
Or actually, let's see. Off to the side, and let me see where if you turn around, yeah, just lean back on that.
Like that?
Just don't set yourself on fire, yeah. All right, I'm gonna change my focusing point. Let me just check
You want a tool in my hand instead of glass?
Yeah, a tool would be good. Just fold your arms for me. That would be fine. Nah, that's not natural. Never mind.
It's not natural.
Just put rest your arm back on the bench as much as you can. Yeah, that's a much better. I took multiple shots. Can we lose your shades?
Yeah.
And if you need to kill the flame, you can kill the flame. I may actually shoot through the flame trying to find the shot that I need. All right, here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna kill the flame. I'm gonna put you into the corner.
All right.
Right there, so you can have one arm, you can have an arm there, you can have an arm there, and I'm going back wide just because now I see this environmental portrait that just showed up in front of me that I wanna get now that I have the ability to just direct a little bit. Pop this out, pop back onto this bad boy. Yeah, that's what I want. Super sweet. All right, hold that. Check. Exposure.
You want me to tuck the mic?
No, you're good. It's so small. It's just there. Okay, now can you throw that flame on again? Because I can get it in the corner, and I'll keep you over there, but we'll get the flame on.
You want blue flame or a yellow flame?
Yellow.
Yellow?
And by yellow, you mean yellow. Yeah, that's cool. So now I've got flame fill light going on here. That definitely changes my exposure. And we'll get it right and then we'll shoot. Cool. And I'm gonna get it at a lower angle in a second. Yes. This makes Jeremy look really good in this. Yeah, I like that. I like that. Make sure I got what I need. Trying to get my angles. I'll show Jeremy what this looks like.
Oh yeah.
See, it shows the whole
Yeah,
area.
the yellow light looks cool, man.
Yeah, the light, we're using the light as fill light over here. We're gonna fill your face in with that. All right, you wanna kill that? I know I said that I wanted to break out that 50 like I tried to do, but the reason I switched back to the 11 to 24 is the 50 was too tight. It didn't show any of the environment. And if you're just gonna shoot a headshot, I've said this a million times, if you're standing under the Eiffel Tower and you do a headshot, nobody knows that you're in Paris or if you're in somebody's basement. So in this case, I saw this corner and I'm like, Jeremy, you right in the corner gives me these awesome natural lines that all converge at Jeremy standing there. Then I have the ability, oh, then we turn the flame on. Now the flame went on, you can see the difference. Without the flame, the portrait, the environmental portrait doesn't look as good, but we used it as fill light. Plus, it's burning in the corner, which looks awesome in the shot. So we get this ultra wide angle of Jeremy in his workspace. You see his workspace, you see all of the art on the wall, you see everything that's going on, his face is lit from the flame. And yeah, I thought that a 50 would be cool and I could do some cool stuff with it. I could, which what I think I may do is have him get a finished product, hold the product out to me, we'll focus in on that product, and then have him out of focus in the background. That way we have something of interest in the frame, not that Jeremy isn't of interest, but we have something tactical. We have a finished product and then Jeremy. So his hand's holding it, he's the one who created it, then that just tells a much better story. So before I switch to the 102.8 macro to get some detailed shots to see what I could find around here, I want to point out that you're not going to get all keeper images. And the point is that when I deliver the images to Jeremy, he's not going to see the images that didn't work out. But I don't need to get 300 amazing keeper shots here. I need 10, 15, 20 solid images that tell a story, that give me the wides, the tights, the mediums, and the details. And that's enough. Really, it is. And that's the point is, as a photographer, you do not want to share the stuff that isn't good. You don't put out work that you don't think is good. So you show your best of the best with honor, sir, and it makes you look a hell of a lot better. But now, let's try to get some detailed shots, because this is a challenging 5-minute portrait with this camera. And it also doesn't help that my eye's super blurry right now. That doesn't help me. I got to rely on autofocus for that. Yeah, let's try to find some details here. Like the blunt graveyard. It's hotter than the sun in there right now. I gotta drop my ISO way down. Let's see how that looks. It smells like matzah. I don't know why it's, oh, that's coffee. It's not matzah, it's coffee. There's a big difference. Fire. Ooh, that's bright. So there's, ooh, that's really cool. That's cool. Ooh, hey now. So I'm gonna have you, all right, hold on. My exposure's way off because I dropped the ISO. And that's not a point for somebody to say, you should have been shooting auto ISO, because no, I shouldn't, because the flame would ruin every shot. It would make it would drop my ISO to 100. It would just totally throw everything way off. So no, auto ISO would not be the answer here. That's what I want to get right there. Out of the flame, but hold that right there. Perfect shot. Nailed it. It's great exposure right there, guys. Yeah, man, my exposure's way off, like I said. That was the one where it was super duper off. All right, let's work on the glass. Got the glass right here. Oh, I'm at 6400 ISO by accident. That's why everything's so over. I don't know why I'm at 64. I meant to be at 16. I must have not deactivated changing the, it must have changed as I turned my shutter speed. The ISO actually changed, and that's why I'm off. Hold it, can you hold that for a second? Mm-hmm. Make sure my exposure's right on that, which it's not, again. Oh boy, I love having it. I think I love EVFs. Because I want to get it out of the frame. There we go. All right, let's find some detail-y details right here. I just don't want to step too close to the flame. We got broken glass everywhere. All right, I want to try some with the Canon Connect app. So I want to get the camera off of me, put the wide angle back on, then use the app to probably put on a monopod, because I kind of want a top-down shot of all of this going on, and I'm not tall enough to rotate the screen to hold it up to get the shot, so I'm gonna set that one up. Let me jump in here real quick and say, would you like to take better pictures in only 11 days? If so, I created a free mini video course that you can sign up for right now at FroKnowsPhoto.com/11 days. Now let's get back to the video. Being that this camera has Wi-Fi and Bluetooth built in, reminiscent of that time at Bedia when I did the top-down shot of Joe making the pizza dough and parsing it out, I want to kind of do something similar here with Jeremy. So I've got the monopod, I'm connected to the Canon Connect app, I'm going to try and do this handheld one-handed, so it would actually be better if I had some kind of clip for the phone where I could see it and then hit a button, but anyway, I'm gonna try and get my settings right. Ooh, the flames look cool. So let's get up there and see what we got. And you don't have to work out to make this happen, or do you? All right, so I'm gonna focus. Ooh, I got my exposure right. Just make sure I'm lined up. I'm gonna do a couple of different things. Hold that, Jeremy. Yeah, I like that. Nice. I may have to change shutter speed, which I can do right here. Get centered. And I may actually tilt the camera down just a little more so it's more straight down. But having this monopod, this is a Benro monopod that I bought back in the day. I'm just gonna make it so it tilts more. These give you some creative angles. You could do it with the 18-55 as well, but being that I already have this 11mm, I'm gonna break this one out and do it. Or you could, I was almost gonna say you could almost have an assistant do this, but they're not gonna be able to really see the level and get it as straight as you want it. Jeremy, I'm right behind you. Ooh, I like that. Hold, yeah, if you could hold the flame the way you were, I just have to try to get my angle. Yeah, when it was right in it was super cool.
Like that.
Yeah. It just took like 5 pictures and I don't know what I did. Okay, ooh, hold that before you go into it. Oh, actually, I'm a little delayed. So the one thing I'm trying to be careful to do is get my lines as straight as possible so I don't have to crop it later. I'm gonna go up higher. Ooh, that's cool too. Ooh, cool. Oh, my feet are in it. Jared, your feet are in the shot. Okay, hold that, that's cool. I'm hoping that my focus is where I want it to be. No, those are my feet showing up, so I need to do a little bit less. Oh, God. Ooh, oh, my arm's falling asleep. I need to just this like that a little bit because I was getting too much of my feet in it. Whoa. I'm seeing what I want. I just have to get it. Plus, I don't want it to get close to the flame.
It's only a couple thousand degrees. It's not that hot.
Yeah, a couple thousand degrees and a couple $1,000 lens, right?
Yeah.
Okay, I got to stop right there. Now, can you, we're gonna replicate the picture that I did of you in the corner.
Uh-huh.
Oh my God, my shoulder.
But with
Holy
the
Jesus. But yeah, I want the yellow flame again, because I want to be up a little higher so that we can see the glass on the counter. And, you know, so similar, it's just gonna be a shot from
So yellow flame, you want like a finished piece right here?
Not yet, not on the finished piece yet. This is gonna be that wide angle shot of you.
Oh, holding the tools again or whatever?
Yeah, holding the tools, but from a higher angle.
All right.
Oops, my phone just disconnected. Ooh, and it picked right back up.
Is that yellow enough or you want a brighter?
Yeah, yellower?
You want a brighter?
No, not bright, it was darker. So less air, less oxygen would do that or no? Not that I know what the hell I'm talking about. You see me talking about flames. I'm like, oh, less oxygen, it's gonna make it bluer. It's gonna make it yellower. That's good, that color works.
That works?
Yep, lose your glasses for the corner, please. And then right after this, we'll get to those other pictures with the finished product and we'll get out of your hair. See, that's the thing, we're working here, and he's working, and I'm using his time, so he's been gracious enough to allow us to come in, spend about an hour-ish of time to do this, so running and gunning, getting what we're getting is, yeah, that's what we're getting. Oh, let's try this.
Oh yeah, that does not look light. Where do you want me to look?
I need to tilt this more. So I need to tilt this a little more this way. You're gonna look up at the camera, up at the lens, sorry. Right into the lens. So I'm trying to line myself up with something in the middle, right there. Let me take it again. So the balancing effect, me trying to balance this in my hand, and I'm getting some of that in there, so I want to come this way. All right, right up at the camera. Hold out your tongy tongs. Can you hold them towards it? The other end, the pointy points? Yeah, the pointy points, like straight up, as close to the, yeah.
That?
Yep.
Jacks.
Jacks?
They're called jacks.
Not the pointy points?
The double stabby thing.
All right, I gotta give that a rest. Okay, can we get a finished product somewhere?
Yeah.
Oh boy. Whew, that is not easy, but it does set you apart from other people that you're trying to get other angles. That's one way that you can use the Canon Connect app or any camera that allows you to connect wirelessly. Try to get the camera in a different angle than what most people would ever do, and hopefully you come up with something good. Actually, let me kill the app and let me take a look real fast and see if we failed or succeeded. I mean, it's cool from up there. Focus looks good. The ones right above his head are pretty cool because you get the whole workspace in there. Yeah, it's pretty cool. It's not as straight down as I would want, but that was super hard to do to get it straight down. What's actually cool is my phone was off. As soon as I turned it back on, it turned the camera back on. So that's good. That means you don't have to reset everything. I just want to see something real fast. See if I had a better angle of straight down. I don't think I'd have to go up in there to get straight down. Nope, that's not gonna work. All right, some things work, some things don't work. Okay, so sometimes things work, sometimes they don't, but you need to try them out. To wrap this 5-minute portrait up, because it's only been about 5 minutes since we've been doing it, I had Jeremy bring down a finished piece. I'm gonna do some shots where he's holding it out at me. So he's gonna be out of focus, but the piece will be in focus. And then I'm just gonna do like a portrait of the piece by itself, because it's a finished product. And then we'll wrap it up.
This is a collaboration with an artist from Japan who goes by Takao.
I know Takao.
You know Takao?
Not at all. No.
I mean, he comes to Philly sometimes.
Really?
Yeah. We made this here.
So, switched back to the 70 to 200 because I want to get a finished product, have him hold it out, get a picture of that, and then get just a picture of the finished product, and that will wrap up this 5-minute portrait. So, Jeremy, can you just hold out the, what do we call it, pipe?
Pipe.
It's a pipe?
It's a pipe.
Okay, yeah, hold that pipe out. Like, showcase the best of the best. That right there is perfect.
All right.
So I need to find my angle because I want to get Jeremy out of focus, and I'm going to direct you on how to hold that thing. Let's see. I'm going to see if this is any good. Like colors and stuff. That's giving me what I want. But what I'm missing is that fill light. Can I get some of that flame light on? Steven, you may want to take a step to your right so we don't get that flame light on you. Yeah, see, I like that. Yeah. Yes, that's the color. That's the color. See, this is cool. Improvising. If you ever need fill light, just bring a torch with propane and oxygen. Torch. And winning. Okay, hold that out to me. Same exact thing. So turn more so that I see the. I want your hand to turn so you see. So I see the front of the pipe. I can't see that far. I'm blind. Yeah, I want to see more. Can your hands hold? It was fine straight up, but I'm trying to see more of the front. Or is there any way you could hold it like? Yeah, that way I could. That works too. And let's see if this changes my light at all. Focus point. Let's check my exposure because I don't have an EVF. Oh, that's nice with the flame light. I kind of need to. No, you're fine, right? Put your back right into the corner again.
Okay.
That way, and then hold it out. Yeah, there you go, because that gives me a little bit more leeway to get you centered. Zoom in on it. And I'll show you what it looks like.
Oh, that's pretty cool.
Yeah. And that fill light definitely helps. That's nice. Yeah, I got that. So can we just put that right there? We're not going to send it back from whence it came. That's funny, whence it came. Is this one for sale?
It's for sale.
Where can people find this one?
You can just get a hold of me on Instagram, Germ Lion. Germlion.
Can you split the difference? Yeah, put the I don't know what that
Which
front...
way? This? This is the mouthpiece.
Oh, well, what the hell's that
This
piece?
is the joint.
Oh, I don't know these things. I'm not well versed in joint. Can you turn it so there you go, perfect.
We'll come back sometime off camera. We'll teach you all about it.
Yeah. Now that it's closer to the flame, I need to drop my ISO. We're gonna go to 400 and see if that gives me enough speed. See, this is where I wish I had an electronic viewfinder. I am finding it so much more challenging to go from an electronic viewfinder back to the DSLR way of shooting, because I'm like, I want to just see what my results are going to be, because it just makes me so much quicker. In this case, I'm not as quick, and it's not a bad thing. It's just that the EVFs make shooting, in my opinion, so much easier because everything is happening right in front of you, which means you don't have to worry like chimp and see, did you get it right? It's just so much quicker with the EVF. This has definitely been more of a challenge. Now, challenges aren't bad. Challenges are good. Oh, that looks nice. Okay, so I need a little bit. I'm gonna go to 800 ISO just to give me my one more stop of light. See, that fill light is awesome. I need to keep shooting a little bit, but that's what that looks like.
Oh yeah, that's cool.
So we got the bucket in the background is a part of the set. Ooh, you know what I should do? I should move this way and ruin it for my guys shooting. See if I could shoot through the light. So you get some of the flame in there, which is definitely gonna be much, oh God. Oh my God, I'm so good at this. And by good at this, I mean, that's actually pretty cool. So get some of the flame in there. It's pretty cool with the flame in there. I got to just find the right angle, because I want the, and so it's a little too much of that. Is there any way we could move that block a little bit for a second? Just push it that way?
This?
Yeah. You literally just pushes it and shards of glass go everywhere. It was that easy. I wanted to ask. You always ask before moving things, because the last thing you want to do is move something you're not supposed to move. Is that right, Jeremy?
Yeah, that's right. Just assume everything here is hot. Don't touch it.
Including me. Don't touch it. That was funny. That was funny. I hear everybody laughing at home. So I thought I was going to be done with just using the 70 to 200, but it's super detailed on the pipe that I'm going to break out the macro lens and then we'll wrap it up. All right. We'll go macro, and then we'll blow up a lens in the flame, like the 51-2, which we're not actually going to blow up in the flame.
As long as that's the expensive one, I'm in.
Oh, macro near a flame with my hair? Come on. Do you have one with a White Walker's eye in there? It would look kind of cool. Can I touch it?
You want me to grab a different piece?
No, I love it. We'll stick with the one. I just want to just angle it a little bit. Yeah. Actually, I'm going to come this way. Reason you hear multiple shots in a row is I want one of them to be in focus for me moving. That's what happens when you shoot macro is, ooh, check that out. Jeremy, look at that. Pretty cool, right?
Oh yeah, that's really tight.
So you just break out the macro. See, you get the details like I talk about. You get the wides, the tights, the details, the mediums, especially with the colors in here. Oh, that's cool because we got the flame going on in there. All right, flame, you keep to yourself and I'll keep to myself, all right? Oh, that's one of your things in there, inside of it, from your show.
Yeah, Takao, the artist from Japan, recreated one of the graphics for my show with thousands of tiny little dots.
Wow.
That marble right there probably took him 12 hours to make.
Wow, it's gorgeous. I'm getting a sunburn. Now I'll get a couple vertical, and then that's it. Ooh, hey now. Yep, I'm shooting extra because of the focus. Just breathing will get it out of focus. Hey, Jeremy, can you kill the flame for me, please? Would you like to purchase this camera or any other camera gear for that matter? If so, head on over to adorama.com/fro, because when you use that link, it helps us to continue to make videos like this one. Now let's get back into the video. That was definitely a challenge using this Canon SL3 in this situation. Like I said, this is an actual real world working situation where Jeremy is making the pipe that he's making the Sixers one. You can check out all of his other ones on his Instagram. If you'd like to purchase something, go ahead and do that. I'm sure he would greatly appreciate it, as we appreciate him allowing us to come in and basically watch him work. The challenging things were, the kit lens gives you what a kit lens gives you, 18 to 55. It's fine, you're gonna get basic results. Can you get better than basic? Maybe in certain situations, but the one thing that I want to hammer home with people who just pick up a basic DSLR is that you'll live with those kit lenses for a couple months, 5-6 months, and then after a while you're going to see its limitations. So I always say glass, 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 glass. When you can invest in better pieces of glass like a Tamron 70-200 2.8 G2, it's a lot more affordable than Canon 70-200 2.8 version 3 IS. The quicker you get to better glass, the more happy you're going to be with your images, and you're going to get better results for the most part. Fundamentals, it's always about the fundamentals, but here I ran through a bunch of different lenses. We played with the fill lights, we played with the putting it up on a monopod and using it wirelessly. So it was fun to do, it was a challenge, but you got to see the good, the bad, the indifferent. You got to see all the pictures that I took. Some are good, some aren't good. But now I want to leave you with a montage of what I consider to be the best of the best, fully edited. This is what I would deliver to the client and share with the world. That's where I'm going to leave it. Thank you very much for watching. Jared Polin, FroKnowsPhoto.com. See ya.